Andre, we already heard your prediction and who you with. But on a serious note, this is something that I don't see a lot is the Christianity aspect, where on Twitter you're heavy with it. You don't hide behind any mask. In that, what's your thoughts on that as being a professional? How hard is that being a Christian and a professional fighter?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's hard. I mean, you're going to get some backlash. You're going to get people that say, oh, there's no place for this. Stop talking about God. God's not real. You know, the basic stuff. But I think that it would be harder if I didn't have any relationship with God. You know, I don't think that I would be able to deal with the limelight, you know, the stardom, you know, the money and the pressures and the temptations that you have in a person in my position, in a person like myself in my position. I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, I thank God for you know, cleaning me up, man, and getting my life together when I was a teenager, making mistakes, getting in trouble and stuff. So to be able for him to get me on a straight and narrow and get to this point and then have the power to sustain me, man, you know, I got to tell the world, man, this is what keeps me, man, and this is what it's all about. And hey, when you do things like that, you're going to get some backlash, but that's okay.
But isn't it hard? You have a lot of athletes in the NFL and NBA. They come out, Dwight Howard came out strong, and then he fell along the way. There's been a lot of people that have came out with the Christianity, John Jones, and then they get caught up in worldly type things. How difficult is that for you, and what do you say to those athletes?
Well, I mean, I can't really speak to their situation because I don't know the details of it, but, you know, I can speak for myself. I got you know, obviously my relationship with God, but I got a strong wife. She's a strong believer. You know, my pastor, Pastor Napoleon, his wife, Pastor Nicole, and, you know, my church family, you know, the Well Christian community in Livermore, California, and just, you know, my godfather, Virgil. Like, I got a strong core of people that surround me. It's not just me and God on some island just figuring it out. Like, I got people that I literally pick up the phone and say, what should I do about this? How do I handle this? And sometimes I want to go a totally different direction. And they're like, hey, man, don't do that, you know? So it's just having the right people around you, man. It's like a team effort.
Last question: the Diaz brothers, they're known for their
Nick and Nate,
for their boxing and MMA.
Shout out to Stockton.
And you're also the sparring partners. I'm good friends with both of them. Been up to Stockton. How is their boxing in boxing?
They can go. They can go. I mean, you know, they wouldn't be working with us if they couldn't. You know, anytime I have a left-hander, we pick up the phone and we call Nick and Nate, and we get either one of them or both of them. Nick is more, hit me with your best shot, and I'm coming with my best shot. Nate's a little bit more, you know, skillful, volume puncher, different angles and stuff like that. He's one of my main guys when I fought Chad Dawson. So I love those guys, man. I appreciate them, and those guys can go. They got great stand-up, and those guys will be able to compete. I don't know how far they could go in the pro ranks, but those guys could compete, you know, in boxing just with pure stand-up.
So in MMA, you think their boxing is pretty elite?
I think so. Yeah, I think if you look at Nick and Nate in a lot of their fights, I mean, obviously, you know, the jiu-jitsu and the other stuff they do is great, but those boys got hands, and a lot of their fights are ended with you know, headshots.
A lot of people say they don't have power.
No matter, it's volume, and they wear what, a 5-ounce glove, 4-ounce glove.
4 ounce.
You don't need a whole lot of power with that. It's volume. You hit another. If a grown man hits another grown man in the head 15, 20, 30 times, man, you're gonna hurt a guy. That's what they do. It's just pure volume.
Any advice to any young fighters out there?
Man, stay focused. Get some good people around you. If it's not but one person, and save your money, man. You know, it's Instagram and it's Twitter and stuff. You got guys on there that look like millionaires and billionaires, man, and it ain't like that. I'm telling you, a lot of guys, man, they front and they putting the money, they putting that, you know, a couple $100 on Twitter, a couple $1,000 on Instagram. You know, they showing the car. Sometimes the car ain't even theirs. They showing the jewelry and this and that. Don't get caught up in that, man. Live simple. Only buy what you can afford and save your money, man. Because whether you're MMA, whether you're boxing, the window is small. And be about your business. Make sure you're reading your contracts. If you don't understand it, get somebody that can help you read it. Take care of your business so when your career is over, man, you got no regrets.
Thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it, man.